What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again, once again. So, I want to go ahead and clear up the lore on Charlemagne, the hypothetical war mine of Mars. And yes, I do mean hypothetical. So, the long and short of it is, in the lore, Charlemagne has never been mentioned. He doesn't exist. If you check Ishtar Collective, you'll get this. The war mines were humanity's golden age defense network. They connected thousands of warsats, weapons, and satellites. Most of them were killed in the battle following the collapse. The war mine of Earth, Rasputin, is the only one known to survive. However, the knowledge that Rasputin is still active brings some Guardians hope that war mines of other planets can be brought back online. There are two known war mines, Rasputin and Charlemagne. And yet, if you scour the database, this is the only mention of Charlemagne. And that's because, as I stated at the top of this video, Charlemagne isn't part of canonical lore. Or at least he's not at the time of recording this video. However, if you ask anyone and everyone who's a fan of the lore who the war mine of Mars is, they'll probably tell you Charlemagne. So, how did that happen? Well, it's an interesting but simply explained curiosity, and it just so happens to be connected to one of my absolute favorite weapons in Destiny 1, Thorn. In both a Bungie podcast and an interview on IGN predating the release of Destiny 1, a story was presented on how the Destiny experience worked. Too bad this experience never really made it into the game either. The interview states, "Every time you run into another player, it's amazing," Staten exclaimed. "It just doesn't happen in other shooters." The two of them are now 3, and the trio plumbs the depths of the Dust Palace, reaches Charlemagne's vault, and Staten scores a new pistol. Like the Huntress sidearm, it too has a custom name, Thorn, a fitting description for a .45 caliber hand cannon. With this outing complete, the Hunter leaves just as quickly and quietly as she arrived. And just like that, Staten explained, the Dust Palace becomes part of my story. The breadth and depth of Destiny's world encourages me to find my own adventures. It's a place where I can leave my mark. So, Charlemagne, in reality, doesn't exist in Destiny canon. It's just a leftover fragment from development. And if we grab our trusty spinfoil hat, Charlemagne, as a name for this AI, doesn't even make sense. So, a little bit of Bungie history here. Charlemagne, or Charles I, had one of 3 swords, Joyeuse, which was forged to contain a piece of the Spear of Destiny, or the spear that pierced Christ's side as he hung on the cross, within its pommel. Others say that the blade was smithed from the same material as Roland's Durandal and Ogier's Cortana. Cortana, also known as the Sword of Mercy, had an inscription which read, "My name is Cortana, of the same steel and temper as Joyeuse and Durandal." Cortana is the AI from Halo, and Durandal is the AI from Marathon. If the pattern persisted, one would assume that the AI in Destiny would be Joyeuse. Yet, neither Joyeuse nor Charlemagne has actually appeared in Destiny or Destiny lore. The only mention that we have of this AI is from pre-Destiny 1 interviews. And for all we know, that literally could have just been the working codename for Rasputin. I mean, stranger things have happened. Now, that's not to say that something within the agreed collective community consciousness, the Destiny fandom, can't make its way into Destiny. Charlemagne or Joyeuse could still make an appearance in one fashion or another. Currently, however, they don't exist. I just think that's kind of a fun fact. But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And like always, stay frosty. What's going on, guys? Joker back again, once again at the end of the video. A few days ago, my wife was in a car accident. Normally, we get by fine with her income and my income, and what little we make from YouTube goes back into YouTube. And we do have somewhat of a savings because we are planning to move to Japan. Like most people, we get by. That is, however, until some jackass hits your wife head on, and both insurance companies, which I actually think is the same insurance company, through some Herculean leap in logic, decide, Both parties are actually at fault, and both parties are gonna pay. Yesterday, I got word from the insurance company that they decided to total my car. On top of that, there is a $1,000 deductible before they do anything. On top of that, my wife thought she had suffered a head injury, and we needed to go to the emergency room. My wife was fine, nothing was wrong other than some intense headaches from, the stress of the situation and from being jarred around in a car accident. But my medical insurance has a $5,000 deductible for emergency rooms, because of course it does. On top of all of that, I've got to buy a new car, and I'm paying for the rental out of pocket. Moral of the story, car accidents suck. So in order to kind of help alleviate the financial burden, I've set up a GoFundMe, and it's basically covering some of the medical expenses and some of the cost of a new car. Believe me, when you look at it, $15K, when it comes to medical bills and cars and stuff like that, it's nothing. I will also be opening a Patreon, and the Patreon will have rewards for people who want to donate and help out. And I will also be doing for people who maybe they don't want to connect their bank account to a Patreon or a GoFundMe. I will be doing a couple of live streams this weekend, and we're just gonna chill and hang out, and people who donate, I'll play with them and stuff like that, give you some of my time for, whatever. And if you can't help out, don't feel obligated to. I'm bringing this to you guys, my community, because, think about it. There's 32,000 of you wonderful people, and even if, half donated $2, the problem's solved. If everybody donated $1, the problem's more than solved. So, you never know until you ask. And for those people who can't help out, don't feel bad. Your support through all of this, through making this channel, through what's going on in my personal life, over on Twitter, over on, the YouTube channel, has been really helpful. I think I would have gone crazy had it not been for a lot of people over on Twitter being there and helping out when all of this was going down. So, thank you for that. Anyways, that's enough of me being kind of emotional. Thank you. And like always, stay frosty.